Right. You right, Running Man? Right. Hi. I'm Morry. This is Preterism TV. Hang on, I'm just going to close the cupboard here.
Hi guys, I'm Hoony.
Right, so this is my apprentice here, Apprentice Preterist. Now, we're going to explain Running Man. So this is Running Man. I'm Morry. Okay. So this is the kind of Preterist channel, but we're going to demonstrate something. Everybody knows what a jigsaw puzzle is. A jigsaw puzzle, well, kind of might look like this, right? A jigsaw puzzle. It's an ordinary jigsaw puzzle. It's one single picture. Right, Running Man?
Mm-hmm.
One single picture. All right. So we're going to talk about the Bible and the second coming. Now, many people say, Running Man, you have to come over here and I'll explain this. Many people say that there are really two puzzles in the Bible. One is first century puzzle, okay, here, okay, and that Jesus might have come in the first century, but he's going to come again in the future. So that's the second puzzle, right? So we've got two puzzles going here, all right? This one here, the four corner pieces are based on what Jesus said, okay? He said that all the blood is going to come upon this generation. And this one here, the Son of Man is going to come with all his angels. Oh, yeah, in this generation. In this one here, it says that all the signs were to be fulfilled in this generation. Okay, and in this one here, it says all the nations are going to be judged with this generation.
So,
what do you think?
So everybody dropped something, and everybody is saying, Jesus. Like this, I dropped my violin, and it got.
You dropped your violin.
Yeah, and I said Jesus, and Jesus helped, and that Jesus help you. That don't.
Yes.
Pick up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, very good. All right. So Jesus said, if Jesus says something, it's true. If he says all things, all signs, all blood, all fulfillment, and all nations are judged, then that's got to be in this generation. Jesus is the absolute authority. Now, what we have is a theory that says, oh no, but these other things that don't fit in the first century, they are 2,000 years away. Now, the problem is, Running Man, we've got two puzzles. This one has time facts, but we can't talk about the language or the description because the description is over here, 2,000 years away. So this is first century and this is 21st century, sometime in our future. But the problem is there's no facts for that, no time facts, because all the time facts are first century. You see? Strange. So now we've got two puzzles. How can you solve two puzzles when, number one, you don't have a description in the first century, and two, you don't have a time in the 21st century? That's a problem.
So,
yes.
So if this doesn't work.
Yes. So this doesn't work because you've got two puzzles. So what if we take the language out of there? Yeah, it's stuck on. Pull it off. Rip it off. That's it. And then put the language back here in the time.
So we connect.
Yes.
This.
And now
like this.
You got one puzzle in the first century. This other one, see this other one, Running Man, 21st century. This is called futurism. You know what we're going to do with that? Chuck it away. We don't need it. Because this is a first century book, a first century promise to first century people fulfilled in that generation. Just fell apart. In the first century. Now,
when you separate this, it doesn't make sense.
Well, that's true. That's absolutely true. And you got two problems. And now we don't have any problems. But the problem is not about time. The time is very simple. The problem is really about language. Jesus said he's coming in clouds. What does that mean, coming in clouds? Okay, so then he's using language from another time, from the Old Testament. So if we study the Old Testament, words, how they use the language, then we can understand what Jesus was talking about in the 1st century. Isn't that simple? And it's one single puzzle, and it all fits together. So that's our little puzzle. There's the solution to the puzzle.
So when people got died,
when people die,
yeah. So you go to clubs.
Well, I don't know yet, but Jesus was going to come in clouds. But that means that he's going to judge the people. So his coming is always in clouds. But it was in that generation, back in that time, long time ago. And that's the whole story. So what we might do, we might finish off there. Leaves a lot to be explained. But if Jesus said it was to be fulfilled in that generation, then we have to explain it in that generation, long time ago in the past. And this is called Preterism. It's very simple, but very kind of interesting also, because it connects on to other things. All right, we better stop there, Running Man. Otherwise, we'll bore these poor people to death.
Yeah.
All right, this is, what is it, Morry TV?
Morrison TV.
Morrison TV. Okay, and this is lesson 1 on Preterism. Perspective, it's a past perspective. That is the single puzzle of the last step. Thanks. Have to go now. Bye. See you. Say goodbye, Running Man.
Bye.
Say bye, Running Man. Bye.
Bye.
See you. Ta-da.